journal update. What I've been up to. I've been busy. Yeah, I've not like forgotten about this and just given up. Since I got the basics of the union group working, I decided I would just skip and go do the rest of the actors. So obviously, anyone's watched the first video of seeing Ryla, Elsa, and Diana. If it would select her, there we go. So I went on to make the barbarians next. So I got Isa, Gaiga, and Milena. And then I went on and did the church group. We have Aura, Mina, and Nina. Just getting them fleshed out to do their jobs and try to make them different to some degree. So there's a little bit more dynamicness to them. Just show like basically how they work. We'll just do my testers here. And there, blah, blah, blah. So let's do. The thing though is I've adjusted everyone's skills so that they unlock with levels, except for the church group. I still need to do a little. I need to add. I did a lot of changes to Aura to make her work the way that I want. And I gotta do some other changes too. But so at level 1, they start off with everything right now, unlike everyone else. So in order to just demonstrate what they do, let's find for the barbarians. We'll have to up it a little bit so they have everything unlocked. So, and then Milena. And so basically, the barbarians are going through a little more chaotic way of playing. A big part of what they do with their setup is hold on, give me a second here. I've kind of forgotten how they work. Let's just start with swiftness on you. Oh, you can put that on anyone? Ooh, no, that's just be your thing. So they're got the basic regen thing going on. So the thorn shield. Oh, that's not good. Their defense is too high, so the testers can't even hurt them, especially with thorn shield on. So that's something I'll have to bear in mind when they get to level 10. That they had a curve to them. But so Gaiga is your berserker, so she's gonna rage, which will give her extra attacks and damage. Isa is more of a specialty fighter. I mean, I don't need to do any defensive things because at level 10 they're too strong for these enemies. So we'll just have some fun and hopefully beat the crap out of these guys as quickly as possible. Well, necessary, but I want the luck buff. Yeah, it's just their magic defense is so high they can't even be hurt. A little bit there, or not. Oof. Counterattack there. So a big part of the barbarian's defensive strategy is their buffs will increase their counterattack chance, their dodge chance, their like how do they describe it, like damage type reflection, so like physical deflection in this case. I'll just go nuts here. Okay, we don't really need the healing, but the spot clean will make it so I gain control of Gaiga again. So right now Gaiga's on autopilot, she's just punching the crap out of things. I said, this is not a particularly good test because, again, these guys can't even hurt me. But now I have control over her again, which is great. So now we just... And because of raging, she gets an extra attack. Her attack damage is up. I mean, just keep doing that. Wow, that's a big crit. Okay, that's a bit much. But yeah, I guess for for level 10 testers are not threatening, which they really shouldn't be by that point, but this is a bit much. So let's just tone them down. So level 5 there, it should be. As you can see, if you look over on the right where the statuses are, we can see how much they're like defense. So we got 24 at level 5, 35, which is starting to get pretty high, I guess. We're like, I'll make some other changes too, but let's tone them down a little bit so they're a little less ridiculous. So still start with Inspire, which I'm going to probably change that to something else for her. I just wanted they needed some kind of like early game regen. And that's just a really good one for that, so screw it, I'll just give it to Geiga too. Can't do any specials yet, so we'll go to Find Weakness, put the Thorn Shield. Hopefully the Thorn Shield will actually have an effect this time. Yeah, see it reflected right there. Reflected again. So you can see it makes their defense a little more random, whether it works or not. But again, these testers are not threatening anymore. Even at level 5, they're just kind of in the way. We don't have any specials yet, huh? Well, we're not really hurting at all. So you know what? Let's let's get the luck up, because luck will increase damage overall. At least we got Reflect, we have Dodging. That doesn't even hurt Milena. Man. Okay. Now she can just go nuts with that. Let's gain control of Geiga again. That was a good crit. 2 good crits, yeah. Another good, damn. That doesn't even hurt her. That time it did, though. You must have had more tech points or something. Yeah, you just go ahead. I don't even know why I gain control. You just punch that guy. So, Geiga does her job very well. She's still a bit squishy-ish, but not bad. But yeah, I'm gonna have to like have their defense gain at a slower rate or something, but they work. Let's maybe the boss. This is what I was testing it on, so the boss might prove them a little bit more. So let's just start with the basics. That reflection come in handy here. That was a very gentle first turn. Let's get you raging. Let's get our field experience on. We don't have any specials for you. Is there any real reason I need control of Geiga? Not this level. Screw it. Do this. Haunt will put a curse on them, which just generally lowers all their stats by a little bit. You see that reflection, that counterattack coming in, which you'd think makes them like invincible, but it's set. I think it's set low enough where it just feels a bit random. So sometimes it doesn't work at all, and you get your butt kicked, and sometimes it works all the time, and you feel like you're invincible. Right now, we're looking pretty good. Let's save that. Just in case we need control of Geiga. We'll just let her go nuts and punch things. What the hell happened? So every time I fight against this boss, I feel like I get different results, which does not really help with testing. screw it. Just do the offensive spell, I guess. That was ridiculously easy. Little too easy. Man, when I was testing it yesterday, it was like the same thing would happen. The first couple of times I'd fight against it, it'd be like really easy. Then other times you would just like go nuts and do way more damage, and I'm not sure why. But just for the sake of showing off here, let's go do the church group. So we'll get out Aura, Mina, and Nina here. Work a little bit different. So Aura's big thing is that whenever you use... She switches stances after you use either a magic or a special. But for the sake of starting, because it's a strat I found works, is I'll start with guarding, just because I want to build up a little bit of tech points for her. We'll debuff the boss a little bit. Much more aggressive start. Okay. Now we got some tech points now. I could be like, alright, I could either do... Since he didn't do the thing, let's get the damage over time on him. I need to change what Prepare does. But then we'll do, get some heals on. But also give some health healing over time. Man, really wants to kill Nina. It's like the exact same thing it did on turn 1, too. So now that I did a magic spell, you'll see that Aura now has this blade under her states, that swordsman stance, and now I can't do any magic, but now I get bonuses to my specials. When I do a special, I'll switch to caster stance, then etc. So, Mina's big thing is once she has Prepare on, her item damage and effectiveness doubles. So, and it gives her an extra turn. So I'm gonna just chuck some items at this guy. You can just cure yourself. Nina has the best single healing spell in the game. Oof. He's the same thing again. 3 turns in a row. What a jerk. So I use a special. You can see I'm in caster stance now. So hopefully he won't make himself immune to stun. I'm going to make it so Prepare lasts for another turn. I think it'll just be better that way. So all I'm really doing is just moving the turn to moving this turn to next turn, which doesn't seem really beneficial to anyone. Let's keep ourselves topped up. Okay. Now would probably be a good time to wail on him good. I'm not sure if bombs can crit. Regular bombs. They cannot. I'm gonna have to buff Aura a little bit, or I'm gonna have to calm Geiga down. So I'm gonna cast stance. Oh yeah, I should have been using that the whole time. That would have helped. Mina's swipe also has the weaken state, so their defense will be much lower, and I gotta remember to do that. We can't do strength. Do I ever? Yep. Recuperate needs to be faster. So this is, you can see this takes a lot longer. because they're not quite as... Not that they're not quite as powerful, I just need to make some adjustments to either the barbarians or to them. This team needs a little bit more something. I don't know what yet. We'll get there. No, I should have did strike now. Oh well. Hasn't cast resilience a single time. I'm a little surprised by that. No, wait, no, hold on. Just throw bombs at him. Huck bombs. So yeah, this is definitely taking quite a while. They handle it pretty easily, but the boss is being much kinder than it was yesterday. I'm not sure what happened. It started out like this yesterday, where the boss was pretty easy, but then for whatever reason, it's like its damage went up by like 25% for some reason, and I couldn't figure out why. I didn't change anything at that time, so I don't know. But that's where I'm at right now. I got pretty much all the main characters ready for combat, so then I can start doing their stories and their scripting and whatnot, and blah blah blah. Oh, I was super excited. Other little details. So in order to get like aura to like change stances, in a manner of speaking, what I had to do was to make common events free. So I have caster stance and swordsman stance. Basically, just saying like, you know, when one is triggered, it activates stance and then it gets rid of the other one, and vice versa. So when she does, and one of her skills, like let's say she does mighty swing, which is somewhere around here. Here it is. So when mighty swing happens, it'll activate the common event caster stance. So that was actually a pretty easy way to make all that work. Yeah. I think I need to increase this, and then of course I'll have somebody do Holy Fire. Same thing happens. You cast a spell, and then it'll get rid of, if Swordsman Stance was active, it'll get rid of it and or Caster Stance. It'll get rid of Caster Stance and then add Swordsman Stance. So you keep bouncing back and forth between magic and specials. I got stealing to work, which makes me super excited. So Mina can steal, which I was worried that wasn't going to be able to work, but it turns out yes you can. So that's what swipe does, along with adding the weakness debuff, which lowers their defense. So where is it? I think I just have it so it's a common thing. Yeah, okay. So under swipe, which is somewhere, here it is. You'll see again the blah blah blah, this damage, this that, the other thing, etc., etc. That's the common event steal, and of course it also adds a state weaken to them because it needs something else besides just stealing stuff. So we go to the common events of stealing. What happens is all it does is it turns a switch on. That's all it needs to do. So when you do this attack, it turns the steal switch on, which under the troops, which the only ones I've done to so far has been steal test, this guy here. So if the steal switch is on, so over here we have, the conditions, steal switch is activated during a battle, then it'll do something like, in this case, it'll add a bomb to your inventory, a text box will come up saying you stole a bomb, it'll then turn the steal switch off, erase this event, and just in case, it exits event processing. I mean, I don't think that's necessary, but just in case, I want to make sure that it's over and the game continues. So now that this is gone, then the second page of events should be the only one left, where if you try stealing again, it'll say there are no more items to steal. And if this works, then that's exactly what should happen. Yep, okay. The thing I have to add the steal trigger to every single fight. It's specialized in this. Okay, just guard and guard and guard. Okay. So now, just keep guarding for a moment. So now, when we steal from this guy, it should be like, ha, steals, weaken. I stole a bomb. Did it work? It did work. Trust me, I've tested it. It does work. It's just that when you're doing battle testing, it apparently just gives you 99 of all items. So 99 is the cap. I should have chucked a bomb just to prove it, but trust me, I've tested it. It does work. It works just fine. But now, when I go to steal again, it should say there's nothing to steal. No more items to steal. Ta-da! And then it won't add anything to my inventory. So, now if I want to, well, I'm going to have to. I have to add something to steal for each troop. So we have the enemies that are created, then you make troops out of those enemies. So we got like ×4 snakes, we got the bandit squad 1, etc., rats, more rats. So each one of these has to have an event page like this setup, where if you use a steal trigger, then these things happen. It's only going to affect the troop, not each individual enemy. So it doesn't matter which enemy you attack. This is like the stealable item for the group. But if I want, I can make it so that the first time you steal this item. The second time you steal this item. The third time you steal, add another event page, boom, make it so they steal this, until eventually there are no more items to steal. So a group could have many different items to take from. But it's just fun to have that. It means I got to make a lot of items. I could even just make it so that basic ingredients that you need for the crafting system can be stolen in order to increase how many you have. On top of maybe having like some specialty items that help skip the crafting process and help save resources in the long run. That's gonna be very important for Mina, because if she's hucking items all the time, you're gonna go through them a lot, which means you're gonna go through a lot of resources because you're just expending them constantly. So it'll help her farm for herself quite a lot. I want to change something. Change the say prepare. One turn of an extra thing is not good. This needs to last for at least one more turn if I can get to the window. So there. So now it does effectively give you a bonus turn. So you spend one turn now to gain 2 turns later, and then another 2 turns. Well, gain 1 turn each. So now it actually gives her an extra action. I was considering making it so the stances did the same thing, where as long as she's in a stance, she'll get a bonus action. But that would mean that she's the only character in the game that, Aura would be the only character that effectively always has 2 turns. Which would be like really, really good. I could make it so that one of them is more like explodey and bombish, and the other one then does 2 attacks. But once you have 2 actions in a turn, that basically doubles how much damage you do. It's crazily advantageous. I might make it so their parameters are better. So we can see, like, when we're in caster stance over here, that she actually, like, her MP actually drains, but she generates tech points instead. The same thing with swordsman stance, where you actually drain tech points but gain magic points. So you could, if you want to just sit in one stance for a while to just regenerate something, you could just be in the stance and then just do basic attacks. And that could be a strat. Again, I'm a little reluctant adding making it so you just get 2 attacks every turn, because that would be really, really good. Almost too good. I mean, that basically like what Gaiga. She once she's raging, she gets 2 attacks a turn for however long rage lasts. And I think it's like 5 turns. I made it pretty good. Yeah, 5 turns. Yeah, her attacks actually increased by 300%. Well, actually, it's changed to 300%, so it's tripling how much damage she does, which is pretty good. So I might do that to Aura just because I feel like it's just her state change are not doing as much damage as I would hope them to do. Um, I mean, would think doubling it would be pretty good, but it just doesn't feel like it is. So screw it. Let's go nuts. She's supposed to be a bit kamikaze-ish anyways, so yeah, it's probably going to be excessive, but last thing I'll close the journal out. So, all right, let's just attack. That'll last a lot longer, which is good. I need to decrease the MP cost for a lot of Nina's spells. They're a bit excessive. Hard to tell if that was impressive or not. It was only like 107 damage from a crit, which is not a lot. It should be a lot more than that. Well, I'll just leave that alone for now. I think, yeah, that. So right now, like, all right, they're good enough. I don't want to keep fucking with them. Right now, I want to start scripting the next event, which is going to be a very time-consuming process. Start actually getting the story built. I'll worry about like stealable items and like other items for crafting later. I'm kind of just I'm happy with that part right now. I hope everything still works. Just put this, save it over here, and that'll be that for now. Just go do the barbarian story intro. Do the barbarian intro next, and then the church intro next, and that'll probably take things go well like 2 days, 1.5 depending. It'll be that.